Dear friends, welcome to a personalized episode of Enlighten Me. Today we will explore Connecticut's Tesla bill, advancements in EV charging, and updates on new vehicle models from Cadillac and Lucid. We will also discuss efforts in extending EV battery life cycles, the U.S. energy transition, and California's new solar policies. Altilium, a UK clean tech group, and Connected Energy, a developer of Second Life battery storage systems, have announced a strategic partnership to extend the life cycle of EV batteries. Connected Energy repurposes used EV batteries for stationary energy storage, while Altilium recycles end-of-life batteries to produce low-carbon cathode active materials for new batteries. This collaboration aims to create sustainable business models for EV battery repurposing and recycling, following reuse, repurpose, and recycle principles. Altilium's eco-cathode TM process recovers over 95% of battery metals with reduced emissions and costs. The partnership supports the UK's net zero goals and reduces reliance on imported materials. The US Department of Energy, DOE, announced the winners of the first round of the American-made Upskill Prize for the solar manufacturing workforce. The two teams, Louisiana First Solar Force and Training in Solar Manufacturing, will each receive up to $500,000 to implement workforce training plans. The initiative aims to support career growth and opportunities in the solar manufacturing industry. The solar sector is expected to add over 35,000 jobs due to nearly $17 billion in planned investments driven by the Biden-Harris administration. The DOE also opened a second round of the prize for new applicants, with submissions due by November 20th. The Upskill Prize encourages partnerships to train workers in roles such as semiconductor processors and manufacturing equipment technicians. The U.S. trajectory on electrical generation diverges from the rhetoric of Biden and Trump. Under Trump, the administration promoted coal and weakened environmental regulations, yet wind and solar still grew slowly. Biden's administration has enacted actions to increase renewable energy, including the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which allocates $65 billion for power infrastructure and renewable energy. Tax incentives have been expanded, and goals like deploying 30 gigawatt of offshore wind by 2030 have been set. Despite these efforts, energy transition remains gradual. Both administrations have implemented significant tariffs on Chinese solar panels, leading to higher costs for U.S. renewable technologies. The U.S. relies heavily on natural gas, with high methane leakage undermining carbon reduction efforts. Trump's promises could further hinder renewable development by eliminating key incentives and promoting fossil fuels. China's carbon dioxide emissions are set for their first annual decline since 2016 as coal and oil consumption drop amid an economic slowdown. Renewable energy and electric vehicle adoption are on the rise, suggesting emissions may have peaked. The real estate sector's downturn has led to reduced output of high-emission materials like cement and steel. Despite this, China remains the world's largest polluter, contributing over 30% of global emissions in 2022. Renewable energy now meets nearly all new power demand, yet other greenhouse gases from aluminum and semiconductor production are rising. These developments suggest a complex future for China's emissions trajectory, influenced by economic shifts and policy decisions. Let's venture into the impacts on renewable energy. California's Public Utilities Commission, supported by the state's largest investor-owned utilities, has reduced net metering payments by 75% under NEM 3.0, affecting rooftop solar customers. The California Contractors State Licensing Board now mandates that only C10 licensed contractors can install residential storage batteries, sidelining many C46 licensed solar installers who have safely done this work since 1982. This decision challenged by industry groups, could hinder small solar businesses and delay battery installations. Despite claims of improved safety, no evidence of safety incidents involving C-46 contractors exists. Critics argue the move benefits utilities and electrical unions, potentially stalling $120 million in solar projects and impacting $53 million in economic activity. Now, let's move on to Connecticut's Tesla bill and its ongoing challenges. Connecticut's Tesla bill for direct electric vehicle (EV) sales routinely fails, blocked by car dealers' influence. Despite this, Tesla opened a store at Mohegan Sun Casino in 2023, where sales are taxed like traditional dealerships. Tesla leverages tribal lands to bypass state restrictions, evident in Connecticut, New Mexico, and New York. Public support for direct sales is high, but political dynamics, including Elon Musk's controversial image, affect legislative outcomes. Car dealers claim significant investments in EVs and argue infrastructure and costs are barriers. Historically, dealer protections emerged from early 20th century disputes with automakers. Currently, 21 states and Washington, D.C. permit direct sales, while others impose restrictions. Connecticut's direct sales ban means residents often buy EVs out of state. Lucid and Rivian monitor the proceedings, advocating for consumer choice and competition. Oak Ridge National Laboratory has achieved a breakthrough in wireless charging for electric vehicles with a 270-kilowatt polyphase system tested on a Porsche Taycan. This system is the world's most lightweight per kilowatt, using compact 19-inch diameter polyphase electromagnetic coupling coils. Despite this advancement, widespread consumer adoption remains unlikely due to the high power demands and associated costs of home grid connections. Most EV owners lack the infrastructure to channel 270 kilowatt into their car's battery. Additionally, the current market still favors DC fast charging stations over inductive systems, with battery swap stations trailing behind. The future of inductive charging hinges on whether it can match the speed and practicality of corded solutions. The 2025 Cadillac Escalade gets a mid-cycle refresh, aligning its design and tech closer to the upcoming electric Escalade IQ. Retaining its 6.2-liter V8 engines, the Escalade now features a bolder exterior inspired by Cadillac's electric models and upgraded materials. A standout addition is the 55-inch curved screen spanning the dashboard, similar to the Escalade IQ. The vehicle maintains its independent rear suspension, offering improved ride and handling. Interior updates include a new steering wheel, relocated gear shift for extra console space, and advanced infotainment options. Production of the gas-powered Escalade starts later this year in Texas, with deliveries expected by year-end. Orders open in the third quarter, with pricing to be announced soon. The Escalade remains Cadillac's best-selling SUV globally, reinforcing its status in the luxury segment. Lucid claims the 2025 Air Pure electric sedan is the most efficient car globally, surpassing Tesla and others. The Air Pure boasts an average of 5.0 miles per kilowatt-hour from its 84 kilowatt-hour battery, offering a 420-mile range and a 146 miles per gallon equivalent EPA rating. This efficiency is enhanced by aerodynamic tweaks, battery chemistry changes, and a high-performance heat pump for optimal battery temperature, even in cold weather. All 2025 Air models include upgraded infotainment hardware with triple the processing power and DreamDrive Premium Advanced Driver Assistance System. Comparatively, the 2023 Tesla Model S achieves 120 miles per gallon equivalent. The Tesla Model 3 reaches 132 miles per gallon equivalent, Hyundai Ioniq 5 around 100 miles per gallon equivalent, Kia EV6 at 117 miles per gallon equivalent, and Ford Mustang Mach-E at 93 miles per gallon equivalent. Honda has announced the next-generation Passport SUV will debut early next year. Unlike its current iteration, which is essentially a two-row version of the Pilot, the 2026 Passport will feature a distinct design. Preview images show squarer headlights and a rugged appearance, particularly in the off-road trail sport guise. The upcoming Passport will likely share mechanical components with the 2024 Pilot, which includes a 3.5-liter V6 engine and iVTM4 all-wheel drive system. The Trail Sport variant will have enhancements like skid plates, all-terrain tires, and a suspension lift. While the current model is a 2024 version, the new Passport is labeled as a 2026 model, with an expected release in early 2025. Now, we examine the impact of Euro 7 regulations on emissions. The Euro 7 regulations, effective end of 2026 in the EU, will address particle emissions from brakes and tires. Bosch has developed a test rig for brake emissions to create components with fewer emissions. Previously, regulatory focus was on tailpipe exhaust, but tire and brake emissions have recently gained attention. Tire particles, now considered a major microplastic source, contribute 450,000 metric tons annually in the EU. The Euro 7 standard will enforce limits on tire abrasion rates and brake particle emissions for both ICE vehicles and EVs. Bosch's upgraded test rig, costing over €1 million, measures particles smaller than 1 micrometer to improve brake components. Despite progress, the awareness and regulation of tire and brake particles are still in early stages, with significant work remaining. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Innovation Pulse. If you enjoyed our insights and are eager to learn more, the Enlight Me app is just a tap away. Expand your knowledge with personalized content on over 20 diverse topics, from crypto to health and beyond, all curated to fit your interests. Download the Enlight Me app now at the Apple Store or Google Play, or visit the enlightme.ai website. Stay curious, stay enlightened.